Miami Hurricanes hosting Stanford this Saturday night. University of Miami is going to be rocking some military fatigue uniforms this week. We all know how that is. That's another form of a cash grab from a sneaker company. I guess everyone will think the uniforms are cool. Yeah, they're cool, but I'm a traditionalist. This uniform deal where you're getting people to buy new jerseys that are fatigues, like whatever. But this video is about the three keys to victory. How did the Canes get the job done this week and handle their business in a game that they are favored to win by like 30? Game starts 7 p.m. The spread is now 30 and a half. It was 29 and a half. It's now 30 and a half. I'm seeing the over under is 45 and a half, which means they're looking at Miami winning this game, what, 40 to 5? I'm sorry, 40, 37 to 7 or 37 to 8. Uh, yeah, that's the spread, 30 and a half and a 45 and a half point over under. Miami's a 96.3% on the matchup predictor. Look, Miami's going to win. It's not about if Miami wins or not. It's about how Miami performs. That's what it's coming down to. How will the Miami Hurricanes perform? And we're going to talk about that right here. Welcome back to another edition of Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show my hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. I appreciate y'all continued support of the channel. It means so very much to me that y'all riding with us every Monday night, 9 p.m. Hurricanes Unfiltered live. Don't miss it. We will be back next Monday, hoping to talk about another Hurricane victory and getting back in that win column to move back up the rankings. Let's jump in on this bad boy. The three keys to victory. And I'll tell you right now, the first key for the Miami Hurricanes, and it was a big problem last week against Louisville, the tackling. Miami has to get back to tackling, man. Last week was an abomination in terms of the tackling, or for better words, lack thereof tackling, because the tackling in that game was pretty damn bad. It wasn't good at all. The tackling was trash. And Miami's biggest problem was not wrapping up when it came down to Isaac Brown and the need to get this man on the ground. Now, obviously, I don't see that Stanford has anyone on that level, but you have to, you have to tackle. You have to swarm. You have to go get it, man. It's pretty simple. You have to go get it now, and you have to take these guys down. You have to go swarm 5, 6, 7 men to the ball and wrap up and play that physical, violent, swarming type of game. So I would tell you off the rip that the number one key to this game is wrapping up and tackling, man. Get back to the tackling that the defense was doing in the first 5 games of the season. And that in itself will be a humongous difference for the Hurricanes. I mean, if you do that, you win the game. How much you win the game by? Don't know. But like I said in my previous videos, if Miami doesn't score at least 45 points, I'm not going to be happy about the performance. Miami has to punch these dudes in the mouth, and Miami has to put up points. It's very, very simple. Now, second key, in my opinion, is Ben Gulbranson. He is the quarterback for Stanford. He was knocked out of the game against Florida State, and the backup came in and found a way to drive them down the field, and they did win the game over Florida State 20-13. But Ben Gulbranson is expected to play. He's listed as probable. He's expecting to start the game. He has thrown for 1,535 yards, 58.4 completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's an okay quarterback, 6'3", 220, but again, his QBR is tragically bad, 32.1. Let's really dig into this one, because this is going to go in the same scope of the tackling. It is about containing. and getting to this quarterback. I mean, I expect that Stanford's going to employ a similar type of game plan to what Louisville did. I do expect that to be the case. That they're going to come with a similar type of game plan. Again, we have another very immobile quarterback, a very very immobile quarterback. This guy. He's just a guy. I mean, for lack of better words, he's just a guy. He's been sacked 21 times in 7 games. Florida State sacked him once, but he only played a half. He got sacked 6 times by SMU, 4 by San Jose State, 5 by Virginia, once by Boston College, 3 times by BYU. Hawaii sacked him once. This team has lost to Hawaii, BYU, Virginia, and SMU. They got wins over Boston College, San Jose State, and Florida State. You can get this guy to the ground. You got to get this guy to the ground. You got to make him feel you. He's coming off of a bit of an injury. He's lumped up a bit. You can make it real quick for him and put him out if you want. Put him out of the game. I don't care, but you got to lay wood to the man. You got to take him down. You got to sack this dude. You got to get back there. I don't care what it takes at this point. These teams are going to run similar crap. They're going to swing past you to death. They're going to screen past you to death. And they're going to do everything underneath, man. You're not going to see him going downfield, in my opinion. The guy has a long this year of 69 against Boston College and 68 against Virginia. I just don't see them trying to throw the ball deep. I just think that this is going to turn into a situation where you're going to see a lot more of this swing pass offense and tunnel screens from wide receivers and running back and halfback screens. You're not going to see a lot of 7-step drops and chucking it deep, man. That's lunch meat for Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor. People were saying, "Oh, Bain did nothing." Yeah, it's a little hard to do something in the pass rush when they're dumping the ball off on 3-step drops. They're not. There's no opportunity. Now, the areas in which the D line failed to perform as well was against the running attack, and that was obviously a big problem. But you've got to contain the quarterback. I think the DBs have got to jam. I think the DBs have got to be jamming the line of scrimmage and understand that they're going to see swing passes, because if you're jamming the line of scrimmage, that might make him think about throwing that swing pass, and he has to readjust. And next thing you know, Akeem Mesidor, Ruben Banner in the backfield and putting him on his ass. Miami has to get to the quarterback. They've got to get to the quarterback. And however that is, they have got to put pressure on the quarterback and make his life miserable. But once again, it all starts off with tackling, moving into containing Ben Gulbranson. I mean, who it shouldn't be a problem for the defense, but I didn't think it'd be a problem containing Miller Moss, and Miami failed miserably to contain him because he got the ball off quickly. They couldn't contain him because he just got the ball off quickly, and I don't think the DBs were positioned properly to make plays. So that's the second thing. And I think the third thing is Miami's got to run the ball. Miami has got to finally establish a running attack. These last couple of games have been an absolute disaster. I am so praying that Shannon Dawson does open up the playbook a bit and does make it a little bit difficult for Stanford to defend, because they're going to jam the box. They're going to jam the box. They're going to jam the box. It's not complicated. That's what they're going to do. And if we run the same garbage right up the middle against an 8-man front, we're going to get stuffed. There's got to be some adjustment to the running attack. There's got to be some changes there. We need to see something different. So that running attack, I think, is very, very important. And not just for Carson Beck, but just for a confidence level for the team, for the offensive line. The offensive line was praised to high heaven for 4 weeks, and then got its pride taken from it a little bit against Florida State, not being able to run the ball, and then got wholly embarrassed by Louisville in terms of the inability to run the football. No one's getting near Carson Beck for the most part, but that inability to run the football for an offensive lineman is a pride thing. And they're not able to do it. And there's a number of reasons for it, including game plan. But even with dealing with, lining helmet on helmet, these big boys are going to have to take on more than one block. They're going to have to get block multiple guys, and they're going to have to make those things happen. So running that ball, I think, is critical. Those are the three. Those are the three main keys to me: tackling, taking care of Ben Goldbrinson and put him on his ass, sacks, and then finally Miami running the football. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are for the three keys to victory, or what keys you think are very critical in this game. I expect Miami to win this game comfortably. I don't think this game is going to be close. And I will be dropping my preview tomorrow on the game. So be on the lookout for it. But yeah, I don't think this game is going to be close. But of course, there's always keys to victory. And like last week, I said my three keys. And the fact that those three keys all failed and Miami lost goes hand in hand, man. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate y'all jumping on board. This is Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.